I only have one more place left to explore, then it's off to the lighthouse. Told you this place wasn't very big. So here we have a little cafe. In gold, silver, and crystal, this is where you would get the straight day gem. But in heart gold, soul silver, it's been relocated to Route 42 near the first entrance of Mount Mortar, where a hiker gives it to you. Unfortunately, I can't show you right now, since I can't even go to Route 42 until after I beat Jasmine. Oh yes, I believe this guy here is going to give me the good rod, not that I'm going to use it. Now, over to the left of Olivine is Route 40, where you head out to sea. And there's also a place you can't go into yet, which is the Battle Frontier. The same Battle Frontier that was featured in Platinum. But I can't go in there right now. However, I will be able to go in there after I beat Jasmine. Yes, that's right. In this game, I can access the Battle Frontier after I beat Jasmine. However, I'm only going to explore the Frontier access. That's an area before you enter the Battle Frontier. This is so because I already explored the Battle Frontier back in Renegade Platinum, so it would be kind of pointless to show it again. Also, there are a few items I can pick up at the Frontier access. Okay, I believe this guy here is going to allude to the fact that you can indeed get the Straith HM on Route 42 from a hiker as you approach the first entrance of Mount Mortar. But as I just said, I can't do that quite yet, and I won't be able to do so anytime soon. Now real quick, let's see what's over on Route 40. Oh, this guy, I remember him. If you don't have the Surf HM, he's going to prevent you from entering Route 40. Okay, I don't understand the logic behind that. Well, actually, I believe he gives you a hint on where to get the Surf HM. Over at the Equitique Dance Theater, so I guess that makes sense. Now this girl, she's only in this game, not in the original Heart Gold Soul Silver. Okay, she's saying something about schools of Fione. On routes 40 and 41, there is a 2% chance that you can encounter a Fione. And it looks like she wants to see one. Well, I don't have one, but I'll be sure to come back to her once I get one. And if you do have a Fione behind you, then she'll give you 5 heart skills. Well, trying to find that thing's going to be pretty hard because, as I just said, it only has a 2% appearance rate, so odds are you're going to be spending quite a while trying to find that thing. If you really want to, that is. Or if you don't want to, you don't have to, because you're actually going to get a Manaphy egg later on. So you can just breed Fiona using that Manaphy and a Ditto. Okay, here is the entrance to the Battle Frontier. You should make a line here. Oh, really? Tell that to this guy over here. Okay, this guy is going to move aside once I beat Jasmine, which won't be for quite some time. I haven't slept for days. What, are you hooked up on coffee or something? Okay, that's it for Route 40, so let's get back to Olivine. Well, actually, before I enter the lighthouse, there's one more thing I want to do. It's to go get that item that I wanted to get last video, but I didn't have time to do so because odds are I'm liable to encounter so many wild Pokemon on the water, so I figured I might as well get this item right now while I have the time to do so. Oh wow, no random encounters. I guess I spoke too soon. Well, anyway, while I make my way to that item I want to get, there's another Terry battle event in Scarlet and Violet, which features the returning 7-star Greninja. Ah yes, the Poison Dart Ninja Frog. It originally appeared back in January and February of 2023, but now it's back starting from the 8th until the 14th. So, its ability is Protean, its chart type is Poison, its nature is Sassy, and knows the moves Gunk Shot, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, and Night Slash. And its additional moves, Toxic Spikes, and Double Team. Oh man, that thing was a pain in the ass to fight. Well anyway, there are 4 Pokemon I recommend using to fight that Greninja. Slowbro, Vaporeon, Gastrodon, and Clodsire. Okay, am I going to make that item? Yes I am. And here we have TM24, Thunderbolt, which was originally the TM for Charge Beam. Okay, that's going on Lugia once I bet you get it later on. So the first Pokemon I used to fight that Greninja was Slowbro. Its chart type was Psychic, its nature was Modest, its held item was the Shell Bell, and I gave the moves Slack Off, Iron Defense, Nasty Plots, and Stored Power. So first use Stored Power twice or until your stats reset, then Slack Off, then Iron Defense and Nasty Plot all the way up, Slack Off again, continue Stored Power so you can Trash Slice next turn, Trash Slice, then try and spam Stored Power until Greninja goes down. Although it won't be very easy knowing Greninja has a few double teams under its belts. Okay, moving on to Vaporeon. Its ability was Water Absorb, its nature was Modest, its chart type was Psychic, its held item was the Covert Cloak, and I gave the moves Stored Power, Acid Armor, Calm Mind, and Aqua Ring. So first start with Acid Armor, then Aqua Ring, then try and connect with 3 stored powers before Greninja resets your stats. If you can, then start stacking Acid Armor, and Calm Mind until you're at +6 after your stats reset. Terastallize, or if you can't at the moment, try and connect with a few stored powers until you're able to Terastallize. Then after you Terastallize, try and connect with stored power. If you do, Greninja should be a dead duck, or in this case a dead frog. Yeah, I managed to kill it while the berry was still up, something that's never happened to me before. I was like, holy shit, did I really just do that? Yeah, something like that has never happened to me before, especially when it comes to fighting a 7-star Pokemon. Okay, on to Cloudsire. Its ability was Water Absorb, its nature was Modest, its health item was the Clover Cloak, its terra type was Ground, and I gave the moves Recover, Stockpile, Acid Spray, and Earth Power. Yes, I know, Cloudsire is more of a physical attacker, but I managed well with one that's a special attacker. So first, try and use the Acid Spray 3 times, or until Greninja resets your stats. Then Stockpile all the way up, Terastallize, Earth Power until Greninja resets its stats, Acid Spray 3 times again if you can, then try and spam Earth Power until Greninja goes down. At any time you need to heal, use Recover. Okay, over here is a Rock Climb wall. I'll make a mental note to come back here later once I get Rock Climb, which won't be for quite some time. Oh yes, the Olivine Lighthouse is also known as the Glitter Lighthouse, even though I'm not really sure if too many people call it the Glitter Lighthouse. So here we are, the Olivine Lighthouse, or the Glitter Lighthouse, or whatever. It's slightly different from what it was in the original games. There's now an elevator, which we'll be using later. And look who it is! Sunny Shore City Gym Leader, Faulkner. So I guess he got tired of the lighthouse in Sunny Shore and decided to come here of all places, just to see one. You're welcome, by the way. It's a shame you aren't challenging the Sinnoh League. Well, it's a shame I can't fight you, since, I guess it goes that way sometimes. Oh, really? Okay, we didn't even fight and somehow I cheered you up. Not really sure how that's possible. Anyway, he's going to give me the TM for Thunder Wave, not that I'm going to use it. Even though I guess that could be a good move to teach to Lantern, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, that person over to the right, I believe she's only in this game and not in the original Heart Gold Soul Silver. Okay, she wants to make me an awesome belt if I give her 15 Pokeballs and a Destiny Knot. Well, I don't know if I have 15 Pokeballs, but the Destiny Knot, I definitely don't have that, so I'll be sure to come back here later once I get it, which won't be for quite a while. Hopefully I remember. Okay, the elevator, as I said, I'm not going to use it right now because it's kind of pointless to do so. Okay, before I fight the trainers, I'm just going to switch Machamp to the lead since, well, even though Lantern is still behind in terms of levels, it's going to get up to levels in terms of levels later since I am going to the water routes later, and Lantern is going to dominate those routes. Okay, back to that 7-star Greninja. So I managed to take it down with Cloudsire, even though Cloudsire is more of a physical attacker, but yes, I managed to make do with the special attacking Cloudsire. And finally, Gastrodon. Now, if you don't want to deal with those double team boosts that Greninja gets, you might as well go with Gastrodon. Its ability was Storm Drain, its nature was Modest, its hull item was the Soft Sand, its terra type was Ground, and I give the moves Mud Slap, Earth Power, Recover, and Clear Smog. So first use Clear Smog to get rid of that double team boost, very important. Then Mud Slap 3 times, Terastallize, then spam Earth Power until Greninja uses double team again. Use Clear Smog, continue Earth Power, Clear Smog when Greninja goes for double team again. Then continue spamming Earth Power until Greninja goes down. Anytime you need to heal along the way, use Recover. So for the most part, it kind of comes down to luck because Greninja occasionally goes for Hydro Pump, which triggers Storm Drain. And it's also Earth Power having a 10% chance of dropping Special Defense, so hopefully you can use that to your advantage. Or if you want, you could swap Mud Slap for Stockpile. In that case, use Stockpile after Greninja resets your stats. And also, you can swap the Soft Sand for the Clover Cloak. Yeah, let me tell you, finding that thing was a huge pain in the ass because, well, I think you know why. Yeah, the Pokemon I mentioned, yeah, I managed to fight that 7-star Greninja quite a few times, although I kind of failed to defeat it because of those goddamn double teams. Yeah, someone who's played these games for a very long time, I think we could all agree that double team is one of the most annoying moves out there, alongside Minimize and other moves like that. So yeah, unfortunately, Annihilate was one Pokemon that I couldn't use to fight that Greninja because, well, simply because Double Team. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Well, yeah, I could try my luck and maybe try and hit it a few times, although time's of the essence, so yeah. I didn't want to dawdle around. I didn't want to dawdle around with Annihilate knowing that I'm probably going to miss half the time because of those Double Team boosts. So for the most part, I guess Greninja is a pretty hard 7-star Pokemon to take down, mostly because of Double Team. So yeah, if you don't want to deal with those Double Team boosts, try and go with something that could get rid of those Double Team boosts, like say Gastrodon. Or if something else can work, Clear Smog or something that's pretty good to handle that Greninja, go for it. So yeah, I did say that you could swap the Soft Sand for the Cobra Cloak. Well, I said that for a very good reason. Occasionally, yeah, sometimes Ice Beam can freeze you, and that's pretty inconvenient. So yeah, that's why I said go for the Cobra Cloak, since that's going to make sure that you won't get frozen. Now, before making this video, I looked up online on Cerebi and I found some pretty interesting information. Apparently, they're working on the orchestra for the main theme of Pokemon Winds and Waves, so that pretty much tells me that we're making some progress so far. Although, if we were to make some very big progress, then maybe we're going to see some potential new Pokemon, or maybe some regional variants of certain Pokemon. But I guess we're not there yet, since the game's going to come out next year, so yeah, I guess they have plenty of time to figure out what Pokemon they're going to put in the game, or what Pokemon is going to be brand new to the generation. Thank you very much. Okay, I was wondering why wasn't I going up. Okay, how about I go with Misdreavus. I was thinking about going with Crobat, but maybe I'll use Crobat a bit later, especially since the next gym is fighting, and yeah, Crobat's going to have a field day in the fighting type gym. Well, even though I didn't listen to the video of the orchestra playing the Winds and Waves main theme, so that pretty much tells me that progress is being made, so yeah, I guess that's going to hype up everyone for the fact that Winds and Waves is just around the corner, even though we're halfway through the year already, but still. We still don't know the official date of when Pokemon Winds and Waves are going to come out, so yeah, hopefully they have some pretty good news on what Pokemon are going to be featured in Winds and Waves. Okay, maybe I should have gone with Lantern since that sap on Thunderbolt, and that Azumarill wouldn't have survived my Thunderbolts. Oh well, at least it didn't attack me. So I guess next up is the 7-star Decidueye Terrorate Battle Event. Well, it's a huge shame that we're not going to get the Hisuian Decidueye event since, well, I guess that's not really a main starter, so I guess it goes that way sometimes. Okay, I'm just going to put Lantern back in the lead because I know what that guy I saw to the right is going to have, so I just want to match his leads. Yeah, it's a real shame that I didn't go after a whole lot of these Pokemon. The 7-star Pokemon, that is. But, yeah, I guess, I was kind of thinking differently back in the days. But as of right now, I do love finding those 7-star Pokemon, and I just can't get enough of those things. Even if they do screw me over one too many times, especially when it comes to critical hits. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about using Paldean Tauros to fight some of those 7-star Pokemon, knowing the fact that I get pretty unlucky with critical hits, so yeah, if that were to happen, then I guess I can make do with my ability Anger Point, although those critical hits happen when I least expect it, so I shouldn't really hold my breath over the fact that I could the opposing Pokemon can get a critical hit on me at any time. Okay, now at this point, you're probably going to wonder, where am I supposed to go now? Well, you're supposed to go out the window, like this. Yeah, jumping out the window replaces those holes that you saw in the lighthouse back in Gold, Silver, Crystal. Okay, here we have the TM4 Steel Wing, a pretty good Steel-type move. Wow, pretty nice view out here. Okay, this is what I call making progress in the Pokemon games. And here we have a rare candy, that's good. Okay, I think that's it in terms of items, so let's get back into the lighthouse. Okay, that trainer right there, I don't have enough time to fight him, so I'm going to save him for next time. So next time, we're going to continue the lighthouse and hopefully move on to Route 40 and fight all those trainers there and hopefully make it to Signwood City. See you next time.